This Jeep behind me has been so well put together, and it's about to embark on an amazing adventure. And in this video, we're gonna meet with the owner. She's gonna tell us all about the modifications to this vehicle and what the big event coming up is that she's about to embark on. Stay tuned. Welcome to TrailRecon. I'm Brad, and today we are going to look at one really nice Jeep. This is my good friend Jessie. I've known her for a while, and it is so good to have you on camera. We've been talking about doing this for a long time. This Jeep, every time I see it, it's just, it's amazing because I saw this Jeep when you first got it, and it has come a long way in a pretty short period of time, relatively speaking.
Right.
Yeah. I want to really kind of dive into all the modifications that you've done, but I want to talk about a couple things before we do that. About 2 years ago, we were getting ready to go to Overland Expo, and I got a text from you and your husband because there was a little tragedy that happened before this Jeep came about. Can you talk a little bit about what happened?
So, like you said, we were on our way to meet you, and unfortunately a drunk driver hit us, actually hit my husband, who was driving our previous Jeep, with our son in the front seat, and rolled the Jeep and just completely totaled it. Yeah,
completely tragic. The pictures were shocking. Thankfully, everybody was okay, walked away safely. Yeah. And so a good, reminder, don't drink and drive, right?
Yes, please don't drink and drive. It's crucial.
Yeah. But silver lining to all that is the birth of this Jeep.
Yes.
Right?
For sure.
And so you guys, after that one was totaled, you got this one and just have set this thing on an amazing build, and it's about to go on a really cool adventure.
Yes.
Talk about what's coming up here.
So I'm going to be participating in the 2020 Rebel Rally, which is an all-female off-road 2,000 kilometer rally, trekking from near Lake Tahoe to the border of Mexico, using only a map and compass to navigate. No electronics. So super challenging, and I'm super excited to do it.
Yeah, no GPS, you can't take your cell phone.
No Gaia, nothing.
Right. But you do have a navigator.
Yes, I have a navigator who does adventure racing, so I'm super excited to have her be willing to participate with me. We're just so excited to start.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. How many days is the total thing?
So it's 10 days, and it's just going to be a fabulous adventure.
Yeah.
Trekking through some beautiful country.
Yeah, and look, this thing is probably overbuilt for it.
Oh, yes. That is for sure. But, the challenge of navigating map and compass is just something I couldn't pass up.
But now, to be honest, this wasn't built for that race specifically. You've been wheeling this thing, rock crawling it, overlanding it.
Yes, I love rock crawling. It's my favorite thing to do.
Right, okay. So let's dive into the Jeep. What's the foundation? What year, make, and model is this Jeep?
So it's a 2018 Jeep JLU Rubicon edition.
Okay, not much of a Rubicon left.
No, pretty much everything's been changed out, but yeah.
You like the color?
I love the color. We had a special order, and it was really hard to get. Somebody did special order the color, but I'm so happy we did.
Yeah, I love the mojito green. They actually discontinued it, so this, it's really cool. I love it, and then you've made so many cool matching things to it along the way. Let's just start up front here and talk about the modifications you've done and why you chose these modifications. Let's just go with the bumper and winch. What do we have here?
So I have the Warren Xeon 10S winch, which is a great, reliable winch to use. And then I went with the Rebel Summit Series bumper.
Okay.
Partly because it's, all steel, and with rock crawling, you need to have something substantial in front to take a hit when you need to.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen their bumper up close. I really like the designs of it. It's got some nice curves. It's not just a bunch of steel thrown together. It looks really nice.
Right.
Definitely durable. And then you've got some lights up in the front.
Yeah, I have the KC Gravity fog lights in the front, which I really like. They really cut through when you need them.
Yeah, for sure. And the grill, this did not come black standard, right?
No, it was all green, and I decided I want a little more black, so we got a Mopar black grill to replace it with.
Okay. Front-facing camera?
Yeah, I got the front-facing JL Taser camera.
Okay.
And it works great, especially when you're in Moab and can't
Yeah.
see anything, you're looking at sky.
Right, when you're going over those big cliffs, it's nice to be able to have
Absolutely.
something look down below. So the front of this just looks really beefy. Now, these are something I noticed recently. These louvers up here. Talk to us about those.
Yeah, so those are the S&B air intakes. You know, we replaced the faux intakes
Right.
with something that's really going to give it air, and then we also went with their cold air intake, which is nice.
So those are functional.
Functional,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, and there's some modifications under the hood, just some simple stuff. Why don't we pop the hood and take a look?
Okay.
Jesse, this Jeep is tall, but we'll get to that here in a minute. As you were popping the hood, I was noticing this air chuck over here in the bumper. That's a little custom work there. What is this all about?
Yeah, Rebel thankfully put that in for me. It's a front and rear air connection for airing up my tires.
Oh, that's convenient to
Yes,
be able to do
super
that.
convenient.
Yeah, and you're running, was it a dual ARB compressor?
Dual
back there?
air, yep, dual ARB compressor in the tub in the back.
Nice, that's perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So the engine is 3.6 liter, stock.
Stock.
Okay, but you do have a cold air intake.
Correct.
What do we got?
So I have the S&B cold air intake, and then I've ordered the reusable filter, but that's not in yet.
Okay.
looking forward to that.
Okay, what else we got going on over here?
And then I have a Genesis dual battery system.
Okay.
And I also have the PSC Hydro Assist steering, which I love.
Okay, so the dual battery is nice to have because it gives you a little extra juice, especially when you're out camping and long trips, right?
Absolutely.
And the PSC steering is really a must for this.
Oh, yes.
this,
For rock crawling, I have to have that.
Yeah, it makes such a difference.
Yes.
Now, for steering, what do you have for tie rod and drag link down there?
So I have the Curry tie rod, and then I have the Yeti steer sponge drag link.
Okay, perfect. Got to have that extra beef with
Yep.
these big tires, which we will get to. You got some lights up here. What do you got?
I have the KC Cyclone lights, and they just give me a little extra light, especially at night if there's something I need to work on under the hood.
Yeah, I have the same ones, and I've had them up there forever, and I love those. It's so convenient when you need them. You're so happy that you have them. And then you have a S-Pod back there for all your accessories. What all do you have connected to that thing?
So I have both my front and rear lockers. I have my rear backup lights. I also have my pillar lights as well as the lights on my rack.
Yeah, you got a lot of lights on here.
Yes.
You got the Gravity Pro 6 A-pillar lights.
Correct.
What beam pattern are those?
So those right now I just have them in spot, and then
Okay.
I also have the amber covers for dust.
Nice, that's helpful.
Yes.
And then you've got the big Pro 6 light bar up there. How do you like that thing?
Oh, I love it. It just lights up the sky. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, when you're out on the trail at night, you turn that thing on, it's like daylight out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Not to mention no noise, which is nice.
Yeah.
You know, we had the square one on the last Jeep, and oh, it was so loud.
Yeah. Well, super nice. So, good, reliable motor. How many miles do you have on this thing so far?
Just over 38,000.
Yeah, you're working it. It's getting a workout.
Yes,
All
it
right.
is.
Well, awesome. Well, let's jump over and talk about the beefy tires and suspension you get on this thing. All right, Jesse. You were just telling me off camera. Last weekend, you guys were up in Big Bear. What 3 trails did you run all in one day?
Gold Mountain, John Bull, and Holcomb.
Those are some serious trails. And to
Yes.
do all those, I've done all 3 of them, never all in one day.
Right.
How was that day?
It was long, but it was good.
Yeah.
I figured good practice for what's upcoming.
Yeah, well, I got to think the Rebel Rally is not going to be anything like
No.
that. Yeah, those are great trails, and I'll bet this handled it no problem.
Oh, yeah. No
Yeah.
issues.
I mean, you're running what size tires?
So I have 40-inch Maxxis MT tires, razors.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah. How are they on the road?
They're a little loud on the road, but, you know, it's worth it for the trade-off on the rocks.
Yeah. And on the rocks, you air them down real low?
Oh, yeah, I can go down to 8, no problem.
Yeah, super sticky over there.
Super sticky. We did Moab and had no problem on the slick rocks.
Yeah.
It was great.
Now, you were telling me the other day that during the Rebel Rally race, you can't run 40s.
No, I can't run 40s. I have to go down to 35, so it'll be a bit of an adjustment, but it's worth it.
Yeah, to do the race, it's the max size tire is
Correct.
35s.
Yes.
So it's going to look a little disproportionate for
Right.
about 10 days, and then these will go back on, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, what wheels do you have on here?
So I have the KMC machetes, and I just love them because I can air down so far.
Yeah, and they take a beating.
They do.
Obviously.
Yes.
And you've got them paint match, which looks really cool. So
Yeah.
awesome. All right, now to run 40s and these heavy bead locks, you've got to have a beefy suspension.
Correct.
Tell us what's going on underneath.
So I'm running the Curry 60 Extreme axles. I just love them for the extra ground clearance they give me.
Okay.
I also have the Rebel Recon coilovers, which was a must for my husband for the comfort of the ride.
Right. So how tall are we?
So we're about 5.5 inches after said and done
Okay.
of a lift.
All right. And what gears are you running in the axles?
So I'm running 538 gears.
Okay. You're pretty happy with that?
Oh, yes.
On the freeway, no problems?
No.
Can I ask what you're getting for gas mileage?
Is it really? Probably like 11 or 10. I mean, it's all in smiles.
It's all in smiles, right? But look, I mean, that's part of the thing that people want to know. Like, okay, if I did all that to my vehicle, how's my drivability? Well, look, the road noise is going to be a little bit louder.
Yeah.
Your gas mileage isn't going to be so great.
Right.
But you're going to do whatever you want off-road.
Exactly. And this is my daily driver, so, I hear it all the time.
Right.
So.
Well, but you're smiling while you're doing it.
Yes, that's for sure.
Okay. Now, what do we got for, looks like you got anti-rock in here?
Correct. Yeah, I'm running the Rock Jock anti-rocks, and I just love them. I don't have to worry about doing anything on or off. I can just go right on the trail.
Yeah. What about skid plates underneath?
So I have the Artec aluminum skid belly,
Okay.
and that worked great. I did it on the Rubicon, and no issues.
Yeah, aluminum's nice because you save quite a bit of weight with that. Now, what about up above for drive shafts? What do you have?
I have Adams 1350 drive shafts.
Okay, good peace of mind right there.
Yes.
Not going to bust those things. I've had those on my Jeep for a long time. They're very stout. Now, we're leaning on here. We'll talk about that in a second, but look, you said it's a Star Wars themed Jeep.
Yes.
What is this?
This says ARC Trooper in Arabesh Star Wars language.
Okay, so ARC Trooper is the name of this Jeep.
ARC Trooper is the name.
It's awesome. I love it. And what fenders do you have here?
So I have the Road Armor steel fenders as well as their inner liner.
Okay, they look really cool.
Yeah, I got them paint matched, which
Of course.
yes.
Very nice. Now talk about the rock sliders. It's an interesting conversation here.
Yeah, so because of the accident, my husband still has a bad back that we're dealing with. So right now I have on the Barnes Pritchett Canyon rock rails because we did those hard trails. It takes a good beating.
Yeah.
But normally, and when we're doing easy trails, we run the Rock Slide Engineering just for that extra step lift so that he can get in and out easily.
Nice. Well, it's pretty easy to swap those back and forth?
Yeah, not really a problem. It's just, a couple hours. No, I'm kidding. Just probably about 30 minutes to swap them back and forth. We've got it down to a science now.
Nice. Very convenient to be able to do that. Perfect. Okay. One more thing here on the side. Well, tell me about the roof rack. What do you got up there?
So I have the Rebel Halo roof rack, and I love that one because I like to take my top off. So that rack allows me to take the top off, but still keep the use of the rack and put it on my roll cage.
Yeah, and you got some good storage boxes up there.
Absolutely. I have the Pelican vault storage box and all my recovery gears in there, and then I also carry my Max Tracks up there.
Nice. It's nice to have a little bit of extra space because we all know that Jeeps are a little limited.
Yes, that they are.
Okay, well, speaking of space, let's hop to the rear and see what you got going on in the back. All right, Jesse, there's no spare tire back here.
No.
What's going on? You can't not be running a spare tire.
Well, for the weight distribution, I carry it inside, and so I replaced it with the Rebel backpack kit so I can carry a little extra gas.
Nice. Well, this is a very clean setup. And look, most people don't realize that all that weight on the back of the Jeep is not the best place to have it. And so to throw it in there, plus it's a heavy tire over the axles is nice. So we'll talk about the interior setup here in a minute, but I love this setup. This is really clean. Integrates your camera back here.
Correct.
And then what do you got up here mounted up here?
So I have the KC Flex lights with the amber for trail lights so that somebody can see me.
Right.
And then I also have my antenna for my ham radio.
Okay.
And then my sand flag I can mount right here.
Nice. That's awesome. I love that. That's so clean. And then bumper, what do we got?
Bumper, I have the Rebel Summit Series bumper. I just liked it because it's such a clean profile.
Yeah.
And then I'm also running the KC rear backup lights.
I mean, the bumper really fits the lines very well. They did a great job with that. It looks really good. And then again, the air check for the ARB compressor.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. What about exhaust? Are you running stock?
No, I switched that out to AFE Rock Basher. Just wanted something a little smaller that didn't take up so much room.
Okay. Sound a little more aggressive?
Yes, it does sound a little more aggressive.
But it makes you smile, right?
That's right.
Okay, well, let's open this up and show folks how you've set up the storage in the back. Okay, I'm in a little awkward spot, but I didn't want to stand in front of all this cool stuff that you've got in the back. So you've got the spare tire all strapped down. What's it strapped down to?
So I went with the Goose Gear full platform and deleted the back seats.
Yeah, so saved a little bit of weight getting rid of those seats. And look, storage is amazing with this.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, you've got a ton of room in here to throw all your gear. You're going to need that for a 10-day trip looking at this thing, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What else you got up in here?
So I went with the power tank, of course, green to match.
Yeah.
And then I have the XG Cargo for additional storage, which is really nice. I can store all my hoses and Europe's tools.
I really like that setup. I mean, it's such a nice way to take advantage of this little area right here. And it's got these pretty hard bars on there, so it's pretty sturdy as you're driving down the road.
Yeah, I haven't had any problem. Doesn't make a lot of noise, which is nice.
Okay. First aid kit?
Yes, I have the first aid kit on the back of the driver's seat. That's a must.
Okay. Fire extinguisher, a little bit of storage boxes back here, but pretty simple and clean design. All right, let's hop up into the interior because you've got some cool gizmos and gadgets up there I want to take a look at. All right, Jesse, talk to us about your cockpit. There's a lot going on up here, but I know it's laid out very nice. Going to work well for you in the rally. Let's start with the cage. What do you have?
So I have the Rock Hard Sport Cage. It was the best option I had out on the market right now, and it's really durable. It helps with flexing.
Yeah. How was the install?
The install was good. I actually had Rebel install it because I was a little concerned about messing with the frame and making sure it didn't flex too much. So they did a great job installing.
Nice. Well, I've been to Rebel off-road a lot. They do great work out there, and sometimes a project like that is best to have those pros do. Now, you've got quite a bit of stuff mounted to it. Talk us through some of that stuff. What's this cool box over here? I've never seen that before.
So that's the Terra Trip. It's actually for the Rebel Rally. It will track kilometers in two different fashions based on how I program it.
Okay.
So.
And are they using that to track you, or what's going on with
No,
that?
not to track us. It'll be a separate device installed from Mapbox to track us and for us to mark when we hit each checkpoint. But this will be for us to track how far we're traveling in kilometers and to help my navigator see, because obviously she can't see my odometer.
Right. Okay. Cool. What else you got mounted up there?
So for phones, I use the 67 design. It's just a great product. It works well, holds the phone. And then I also, for comms, I run the Yaesu 7900, which has just been awesome.
Yeah, I have the same radio. I've had it for years. It's just, they don't make it anymore.
I know.
But you know what? I went on eBay and actually ordered one because I didn't want to put a different radio in my other vehicle. So I actually have two of them.
We did that same thing.
Yeah. It's just switching radios is not fun. Talk to us about your iPad. What do we got here?
So I run the iPad mini and I run Gaia and lead nav on it. I primarily use Gaia for navigation and making sure we're on the trail. And
nice. And how is it mounted? What are you using there?
So I'm using the Carolina Metal Masters mount held on there with a ram.
Okay. And it pretty stable on the trail?
Pretty stable. Haven't had it fall off, which is good.
That's always good. You got your S-Pod controls over there on the side?
Yes, I have the S-Pod controls again held on by the Carolina Metal Masters, so it works great.
And now you were telling me you have a pretty nice anti-theft system in here. What do you have?
So I utilize the Revelco. It's easy for me, but yet provides that additional protection, especially when I'm running the top off, that if I don't have that plug in to the socket, it won't start the Jeep.
Nice. So it's a nice little kill switch, basically.
Correct.
Very easy to use?
Correct, yes. Super easy to use.
Awesome. You got some seat covers with a special embroidery. Talk to us about what seat covers you have.
Yeah, so I went with the Bartech mil-spec seat covers. They're just super durable. And then I also had them custom embroidered with the Myths Store to carry on the Star Wars theme.
Yeah. So you've got that in a couple places, out on the fenders and on the hood. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little logo. I like it. And I also like your little buddy hanging off there. We got a little voodoo doll.
Yes.
Very cool.
My unofficial mascot.
Okay, I got a couple questions for you, but before I start asking those questions, as I was hopping out of the passenger side, you had a little thing underneath the passenger seat. What is that for?
So that's a switch we had installed that controls the lights when we flat tow the Jeep.
So you just flip that on, your brake lights and turn signals all work.
Absolutely.
Nice. And so you have the connections up front and the bumper? Makes it easy, huh?
Yes, it does.
Okay, perfect. All right, a couple of questions for you. Not easy questions, because there's a lot going on with this Jeep, but if you had to pick your favorite modification you've done to it, what would it be?
Probably the coilovers, because they've allowed my husband to still off-road.
Yeah, and they're so beefy and probably make the ride ridiculous.
Yes.
Down travel's got to be amazing.
Oh, yes.
What is future modification minus the 35-inch tires that you have to put on here?
I'm going to want to do a half doors. So
Okay.
I'm looking to do the Mopar half doors for summer because I'd love to run topless.
Oh, there you go. Painting them green?
Oh, of course.
Of course. Okay. Favorite trail that you've had this on?
I really have three favorites. It's Rubicon, Cane Creek, and Metal Masher have been my three favorites.
Okay, well, we got a rule here. You got to pick one.
I guess I'd have to say Rubicon because
Rubicon.
it just has the best of everything.
Yeah, I love the Rubicon, and this thing probably just walks right through anymore,
Yeah.
right? That's awesome. What trail is on your bucket list?
The Doozy Ursham for sure.
Oh, yeah. That's a great trail. Not an easy trail by any means, and it's going to take you a couple days to get through there.
Oh, absolutely. But there's beautiful lakes, fishing, all kinds of stuff to do along the way to make it a great journey.
Yeah, it'll be awesome, and this is a great vehicle to take it through. Okay, stickiest situation that you've had this Jeep in?
Probably on Cane Creek going up Hamburger Hill. I bounced it on the waterfall and pinned myself behind a rock, and of course there's the cliff on the other side,
Yeah.
so I had to winch myself out of that.
That's a safety issue, right?
You're right.
Yeah. Was the heart racing a little bit with the cliff, or were you good?
No, it was pretty good.
Okay.
You know, I trust my spotter, so
Yeah, and you trust your winch, which is
that's
nice.
right.
Awesome. Well, Jesse, thank you so much for taking the time to walk us around this Jeep. I am so excited for your race, and I wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you.
I know you're going to do amazing. I know this
Thanks.
vehicle is going to hold up great, and we definitely need to go hit a trail here soon after you get done with the race. It'll be a
Absolutely.
good time. So, all right, guys, I hope you have enjoyed hanging out with us and checking out this amazing build. If you're visiting TrailRecon for the first time, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a member of the TrailRecon team. Thanks for watching.